Hello.
Hello.
I still hate it. I still hate the way I
Yeah.
talk. I just hate the way I talk.
You'll get over it.
I won't. Maybe when I'm dead, or maybe I'll smoke 20 packs a day.
Your voice will change.
Yeah, then I'll sound like an elderly, cantankerous woman complaining about the dates on milk. Is there one for a month from now?
No, that's not how it works.
No.
Damn.
No.
Yeah.
So, dudesonromcom.com.
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know why I said the .com. Fix it in post. And that, I mean, I won't fix it in post.
Okay. Awesome.
That's Dennis. I'm Jerald.
What's going on?
How's it going, Tim?
Tim, you son of a bitch.
I know you still don't exist, but your mom still makes really good cookies. Not a euphemism. Don't smile, Dennis.
Not smiling.
They don't believe you.
Yeah.
So what's up?
I'm good, man. How are you?
It could be better.
Yeah.
It's really hot.
Yeah, it is.
It's like sweltering.
It's New Jersey, man. You just gotta expect it. Summers are always swampy.
Swampy. Is this like because it's a swamp, or it's because that's what your undercarriage feels like while walking around?
I'm gonna
in the
go
heat?
with both, but more, the latter. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah.
so definitely not the former.
Yes.
Okay. Just wondering.
Yeah.
Anyway, do anything interesting this week? Like at all?
No, not really. I just finished a really good show.
Yeah,
which
no.
you are halfway done. So.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
getting there.
Stranger. Yeah.
Is it Stranger Things or Strange Things?
Strange Thing.
Okay.
Or no, I think it's Stranger Things. Yes.
It's Winona Ryder.
She plays a good mom who doesn't have her shit together.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I was sitting there watching it, and again, I'm only halfway through it. Actually, I'm not quite halfway through it, because I'm like halfway through episode 4
Right.
of 8. All I keep the first thing I thought when I immediately saw that was, why does she get top billing? Is that messed up?
Yeah.
Because the first thing I thought, well, I mean, it's not like messy, like trying to be screwed up. I thought the kids were the stars,
Right.
and anybody else famous who play their parents would be, you know how they have like the
Secondary. Yeah.
well, no, they have the prestige quotes,
Right.
or prestige credits where it's and with, or,
Yeah.
whatever. So like basically what Matthew Modine has, he's like with Matthew Modine.
Right.
I thought she'd be one of those, but then she's like front and center, like, oh,
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I guess we're doing that.
so
Yeah.
But again, so far, pretty good.
Yeah, here's the thing. I remember when Netflix put the trailer out. Well, not the trailer, the teaser trailer, because all they did was like Stranger Things, and they had the 80s. Because it takes place in 1983. And it's shot.
It's a good year.
Yeah, it's shot much. It's shot looking like it's 1983, like a movie from then.
How would I know?
But it's just like everything. It just looks right.
Actually,
And even the music, kind of feels that.
The thing that I noticed immediately when they had the slightly annoying opening credits, it's not that they're annoying, it's just that there's a cold open, so you can't skip the opening credits.
Right.
But the thing that I did notice immediately was like, there's film grain on these credits.
Yeah.
I possibly sit close to a television. But I noticed there were film grain, and I was like, wow, they're really committed to this. I mean, the only way to make it even more committed is if it... You know how, like, when you watch movies from back then, where since everything's done photographic because you couldn't do CGI anything and nothing was computer generated. So like if you watch credit sequences, they're either actually hand animated or you see them in like you put like a title card up there and it kind of shifts a little bit because it's literally like a guy, they just put the camera in front of it, just rolled on a blank like on like an actual thing that's just sitting there.
Right.
They could just do that, like a little weird shift, like some way you're like filming it and then some guy while picking up chicken McNuggets, like bump the thing and then like shift it a little bit.
Yeah.
That's the only way to make it a little more real. But so far,
Yeah.
it is really good. I'm only a little bit annoyed that the black kid, is slightly annoying.
Yeah.
Because like, do you have to be so
I know.
anti everything?
No, fuck you. Like he's like, no, we're doing this. This is how we should do it. It's like, all right, like okay, you're coming off as the asshole here.
Yes, please.
And you're the only black character,
Which is weird because
except the black cop.
Yes, that's true.
Who you barely see.
Well, yes,
Which,
but
by the way, that black cop played the bad guy in Daredevil.
yes, well, one of the bad guys. In
Yeah.
Daredevil. He was the
pimp?
human trafficker.
Right.
Although he's and then later just the punching bag.
Right.
But yeah, so I like it so far. I have done nothing interesting this week. I sat at work a lot. I worked on some work. I worked on some not work. I learned about some new camera equipment, and then said, I want to buy that. And then said, doesn't matter because you have to buy a new computer first. Then before that, you need to pay off your car. So, again, it's more like I'm spending money like 6 months in advance is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Well, I got new car insurance. That was somewhat exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No, he's like, that's like an adult conversation. I got some new car insurance. I went to DMV, got my license. The address changed, which I should have done like 4 years ago, but I didn't do that, so I did it because I got the new insurance. So it's like, yeah,
should probably make this legal.
Yeah, sure.
At least you still live in the same state.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know you think that's a dig at someone, but it's not really a dig at them. Although it just comes off unintentionally because it's really a dig at somebody else.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I was like, okay, that's what I got, by the way. Went there Friday. Got there early before it opened, and there was this huge fucking line.
Oh, yeah, no, I know.
And it downpoured. Thank God it was the one in South Plainfield, so there was an overhang, so it protected us from the rain. Like, the rain's dangerous.
Yes. Isn't it?
Yeah, it could be. But they let a couple people in, and then they stopped. And then they let a couple people in, and then they stopped. It was just like, okay.
No, dude. They used to pull people out because I used to just go in there and get my registration done because it's like you go in line Saturday morning, but then they pull people out for registrations because it's the shortest line ever. They stopped doing that, and I was like, I could just do this online, and I just did it online. But I just wanted. This is real stupid, and I'm sorry, people. This is a real boring conversation. But we're going to get to the movie in a second.
Yeah.
Right after this, I say this. I only did it because I wanted the perforated piece of paper. That's the only reason why I was going to sit in that line.
Wow.
I know. Because
that is crazy.
Because when they mail it to you, they just give you a thing, and it's not perforated at all.
And you
so you have to cut it out.
Yes.
And I just wanted the perforated thing because it used to be like a 5-minute wait. And then it became, you're going to have to wait in this line.
No,
and it's like around, and it was like, okay, you go around the building, first turn around the building. And then you go out, and it's further out, and then there's a second turn, and then a little further back, and that's where I had to wait. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to bite the bullet and cut the thing out.
Yeah. Yeah, you should. Because I got in there, I had to fill this form out for change of address. Then, thank God, I brought proof that I live at this place that I live at.
So they go home, do it again.
Yeah, because they were like, what, you have proof, you have, like there was 6 points. I was like, wait, what? I didn't know I needed 6 for a change of address. If you're getting a new ID or doing something, yes, you need 6 points. But I didn't know that I had my ID. I just want to change your address, and they're like, well, you still need 6 points. I was like, motherfucker! If I knew, thank God I had the stuff I did, so I didn't have to go back home and wait in the line again. But I was like, okay, I have my what do you call it? My driver's license, which is 4 points. You need 2 more. Do you have your Social Security? I stopped carrying that on me. It's like, oh, do you have a debit card or credit card? I was like, yes, that's 1 point. It's like, okay, what else am I gonna use? Oh fuck. What did I use? I was like, thank God I had this. It was my rent, a copy of my rent. It's like, oh, that works. So imagine if I didn't have that.
I love how they say points. You have to have these points, this number of points. It's like, don't just say I need like 4 things. Just say I need 4 things.
No, but certain things are equal certain. Like one, like your debit card, even with your picture on it, only gives 1 point.
Yeah.
But your license equals 4.
Well,
so it's this weird like balancing shit. It's like, but like what? Like why does this equal that? It's like because we just wanted to. It's like whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
So they gave me a freaking number, and I had to sit in the other. It's like you have a line to get in. Then you have a line at the kiosk to tell you what you need to do and what to fill out. Then you have, once you do that, then you have another waiting area where they split you up into numbers and letters.
It's starting to feel real racist and segregationalist.
Well, it wasn't based on any...
Is the DMV racist, Dennis?
No, not that I know of.
I feel like it's racist, though.
But here's the thing.
I heard them speak Spanish in there. I don't know what that means.
Well, there is a thing where they were calling this guy who had the letter J. But because he didn't speak English, he didn't know he had it. So he was standing in line when he was supposed to be sitting down, and it's like, letter J. He looked at everyone, and everyone's like, we don't have it. And then he went to the guy in line who's holding his piece of paper, by the way, because he just decided, I'm going to get up and stand in the line, which you're not supposed to do. He's in there, and he's like, letter J. Anyone with the letter J, look at your blue cards, and if it's a letter J, come over here. Of course, the guy didn't speak a word of English. And then the other guy in front of him who he was talking to spoke to him in Spanish, who the guy in front of him understood both languages. So he's like, you have J. And he goes, oh, J. And it's like, oh, fucking Christ. And the guy who thank God, was actually very nice. He's a retired is it state trooper or something like that. He was retired, but he's working there. He was really nice. He's like telling people where to go and everything like that. Very polite and pleasant. Didn't get hostile to the guy. He's like, okay, you have Jay. Please go over here. By the way, he moved them from the long line to go in the shorter line. So it's like, you're an asshole.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's just like, oh my God. And then finally, when people started coming in, more workers, they started, like, because they had everyone in the one line for whether you're getting a change of address, getting your license, getting your permit and registration and all this other stuff in one line.
Yeah.
And then people started coming in, and you know how they are. It's like, oh, why am I here at work? It's like, work somewhere else. This is the DMV. You know what you're getting yourself into when you work here.
Yes, and they keep cutting back, and you know how it's get worse and worse.
Right. So this, of course, it had to be this black chick. She fucking had an attitude. Just walked in at work. It's like, all these people are here. It's like,
I feel like at this point, I like to say that Dennis is part black.
Yeah.
So he's not a full-blown racist who's going to sit here and say horrible things about black people.
No, it's just that she had an attitude.
I just feel like,
Here's
yes.
The nice guy who was a retired state trooper was black.
If someone hears you, and you're just like, and you know, and I hate to say this, but she was black, and you're like, you know what?
Yeah, I know it comes off. I know.
I feel like he has a lot of white sheets in his closet.
Wow. But yeah, also the retired cop, black.
Okay.
So...
All right, let's get to this movie that has like no black people in it.
Yeah.
Where does it take place?
New York,
like a major city,
was
probably.
It New York? I'm guessing.
I don't know. 27 Dresses, a movie about clothing that does not cover your legs.
Yeah.
So, the way that I said that this movie, the way I like to sum up this movie, and it is amazingly accurate, and I summed it up in like the first 5 to 10 minutes. This movie is The Wedding Planner, except she has another job.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
Because she's not a wedding planner. Her best friend is still Judy Greer.
Yes. But in this, Judy Greer is always trying to get fucking laid.
Oh, no.
She's trying to get filled with dicks.
Not. She's not trying. She full on gets laid.
Yeah, but then when she's not, she's like, is there a dick for me? I need that dick. It's like, Jesus, lady. She's like... Cause she's like I forgot what the conversation says. She's like, nah. It's like, who's that? Is that for me? She's like, she makes a comment. Is that for me? She's like,
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's not for you. It's like, get the hell out of here. Go find your fucking craving somewhere else. You junkie.
Like, I mean, at the first wedding, she's like, which one do you want?
Yeah.
Like it's like they're going to like some kind of weird.
It's like, I'll take on both. I don't care. It's like, whoa.
Hey, you're not buying chicken wings. These are human beings.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I love that it's like there's like. Okay, so for like a hot minute, Kristen Ritter's in this movie too.
Yeah, she's like the dumbass
receptionist.
Yeah,
I forget her name.
Like,
it's her name is something, and then it's like the goth in the credits.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. It's like, wow, that's
but
all she did with this.
The thing that's real obnoxious about it is you sit there and you go like, oh my god, this is like an MVP of all best friends in movies. Because like Kristen Ritter's played the friend in so many movies, rom-coms and other things, but like. Just the best friend. Like, she can't star in the movie. She's too, whatever reason they come up with. Pale, dark-haired, tall. She's actually taller than you think.
Carly said she looked like a mouse. When we watched Jessica Jones, she's like, she kind of looks like a mouse. I was like, wow. Like a Disney, like...
Yes.
Yeah.
I get where you're going with
it.
Yeah. Do you think it's because of the pale skin and the really dark hair?
Maybe.
Because it's not like she's got really big ears. But her hair is also kind of big. It's got a lot of volume to it.
She's like, the way her nose goes and cheeks and everything, she looks like an animated mouse. It's like, okay.
Wow.
Like, wow. Like, it's like with the chick from, like, was it Rescue Rangers?
Yeah,
because there's a Monterey Jack and then there's that chick.
Yeah, I can't remember her name. She was the mechanic one.
Yes.
Can't remember her name.
Yeah.
I remember Chip and Dale.
Yeah.
Monterey Jack because it's a cheese.
And what was the fucking fly?
I don't remember his name.
Yeah. Who never talked. He's like,
yes, but somehow he still got to be on the team for some strange reason.
Yeah. It's like, we're all rodents and we got this fucking fly around. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but like, for some reason, Judy Greer will always be the best friend in these movies. Well, at least she used to be. Now she's gotten to the point where she just plays mom.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She just plays mom now. Jurassic World, Ant-Man.
It's like really annoying because it's like, she's better than this.
Yeah, it's pretty much what Hollywood wants.
Well, like, in Ant-Man, it's like, at least it's like, she's known for comedy. In Ant-Man, it's like, it's at least a comedic movie.
Yeah.
But,
Jurassic World's
like, she's just in here to be sad and yell at her sister for being
She's
terrible.
Yeah.
But I don't get it. Whatever. Okay. So the movie starts out with like we're at a wedding. And it's like, oh, it's Katherine Heigl running around at a wedding. And then
2 weddings.
No.
Yeah.
And then she like splits out, and we see Cyclops is in the crowd. James Marsden.
Yeah.
It's just Cyclops, man.
Fucking Cyclops.
It's just Cyclops.
Hashtag not my Cyclops.
That Cyclops shoots lasers out of his eyes.
Yeah, clearly.
Not force or
not force.
nothing.
Not concussive force. Is like
nope.
no.
Just lasers. He's like clocking. I'm like, what's she doing? She's up on the thing. She's like checking her watch. Mm-hmm. Watches her run out and get into a cab.
But like, watch like your fucking stalker would watch.
Yes,
something.
well, he's very much a stalker in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, because that's what these movies are. Like I said, rom-coms are full of terrible human beings. You immediately have to figure out if you're watching 2 terrible human beings who are going to marry, or like somehow get together, or 1 terrible human being who's going to get something they probably don't deserve.
Right.
Which is to say, love.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. It's like that's like half the fun of trying to watch this is like, are you both garbage or are you garbage and the other one is not garbage, but for some reason falls in love with you and you both get to win, quote unquote.
The Redeemer.
Anyway, so she goes to this normal wedding to like this Indian wedding, which by the way, when I found it was like an Indian-ish wedding.
Yeah.
All I saw was white people and her putting on this like Indian stuff, and I was like, huh. What's
I
happening
thought it was
here?
funny because when she walks in, she's like, "Do you have that thing?" And it was the bindi.
Yeah.
I was like, "Wait, you don't even know what it is?"
Yeah.
I was
right?
like, "Wait, so who's the Indian here?" I was like, "Oh, your husband to be."
Gotcha.
And she's Jewish, by the way, because they had the rabbi and then whatever the religious Hindu is. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, because I don't even know what it's called.
Don't really know a lot about Hinduism.
Yeah.
Because I'm terrible. Because I don't remember anything from middle school, high school, whenever we studied religion.
It was like 9th grade.
Yeah, then.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like she's going back and forth, I don't know how she gets to see all the major events. Yeah. There's no way you're like, oh, you know what? I got to try to catch the bouquet in this one and in this one. I was there both times. They needed to thank me because thankfully, when they thank people in things, I'm saying thank.
It's always
offset.
Out.
And they have specific times.
There's a dossier of how the wedding's going to break down, and she can just examine each one. And it's like, okay, I need to be here by this time. And by the way, the cabbie...
I love the cabbie.
First of all, she's like, if you look back here, you're not getting less money. It's like, first of all, I'm a person driving this. If I see shit going on, I'm going to look back. Because it's just my paranoia.
No, Dennis. That's okay. You can say that to be true, and you can use that as an excuse.
But I know she's naked.
If Katherine Heigl's going to sit there and take her clothes off in the backseat of your car... I feel like I don't even want to look. It's just like a biological imperative
you're just gonna,
that there's a naked woman in my backseat of my car, and it's happening, I don't know, 8 times.
Yeah, it was back and forth.
It's like...
Because she had to change out of the dresses. So it's like, oh, you looked. It's like, fuck you. I looked. Like, of course. Like, what the hell?
Come on. Like, you're not unattractive.
Yeah. I mean, you might be a bitch, but I mean, come on, whatever.
There's a possibility, maybe, in real life. But not in this movie.
Why not in the movie?
She's not the bitch in this movie.
Yeah.
Get to that. But yeah, like, okay. My favorite part of the cabbie, and this is why he hits my, like, MVP all-star of this movie, is when she's wearing the wrong shoes, and he says, you're wearing the wrong shoes. He calls her and it's like, oh, God, thank you. And she tries to take the shoes off, and he just chucks him out the door like he could not care less. Because he doesn't even throw them in the same place.
No.
Like, one's to the left of her, and she goes to pick it up and throws the other one to the right. Like, there's no reason to do that. She's not even looking at it.
No.
He's just being a dick. Why would you do that? And she just took it, too.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And I love the end of that where, like, Cyclops is just like, you know what, I'm gonna go out. She's leaving now. I watched her change in the thing.
Yeah.
And I like how he said, I like your thong at the end, like, somewhere later in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, he saw it, and it's like, and look, I'm not one of those guys who's, like, just sitting there, like, jaying off to Katherine Heigl because she's, like, the most amazing woman in the world. No, like, I will admit, she's attractive.
Right.
She's attractive. She's a pretty lady. If Katherine Heigl was flashing a thong, like, full ass cheeks in a window of a cab, I feel like I would have remembered that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It's going to be a moment. It's like, oh, okay. Like, yeah.
I watched Roswell. I watched it for 2 seasons of the 3 seasons that it was canceled, every single one of them. It was. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Like they were on their first season, and they're like, we're gonna cancel them, and then they sent a whole bunch of like this whole like viewer campaign, or they sent a whole bunch of stuff to that was WB back then.
Yeah.
And then they uncanceled it, and the second season rolled around. I guess the viewership didn't show up, which is saying something because that was the WB.
Yeah, obviously it wasn't that good of a show, so...
And then they canceled them again, and then the UPN picked them up.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh yeah, we're going to get this. And then they canceled them again. And somehow she was, what, the second attractive woman on that?
Yeah.
Maybe because she was just so tall, so that like takes her down a peg for some people. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. People are weird
Yeah.
about height. She's like 5'9". So...
Okay.
Saying, and then she's a woman, so she wears heels. She's like 6 foot something, maybe. She's like freaky you height.
Freaky me. I'm not even that tall.
I know you're like average male height.
Yeah.
It's just because you're taller than me. So eat a hot one. Hot pocket. Yeah. So, but like, they're sitting there in the cab, BSing with a massive amount of flowers in between them, as Cyclops has decided to co-opt the cab that she is basically hired for the night. Didn't know you could do that with yellow cabs.
No, I didn't know that either.
And they're just sitting there talking, and I love how he explains what he does as a writer by saying something really pretentious and rote. He's like, oh yeah, I say this like soliloquy about something. Yeah, I get it, you're a writer. You're a writer. And we know what that really means later on in the movie when we found out you write about weddings.
Yeah, how it's all horseshit, yeah.
Yeah, well no. That's not what he writes about. That's what he believes.
Yeah, he believes it, but he's like, oh, it's so great, blah, blah, as he's just rolling his eyes.
Yeah, and then writing the most beautiful written things about weddings, because, he does that.
Yes, but deep in his heart, he believes that shit, though.
Of course. In all these movies, everyone's really a romantic at heart.
Yeah, at that heart.
Even when they're cynical and hate everything.
I'm really romantic at heart. I just hate everything. It's like, oh, okay.
Okay. But seriously, so, like, originally I thought, like, I don't know, she was, like, somehow, like, I don't know how she goes to 27 weddings and knows all these people to be so intricately connected in their lives.
She has a lot of friends, I guess.
And all of them get married, and she's always, like, they don't have sisters. Do none of them have sisters who'll take care of, like, maybe they have sisters, but they're all terrible sisters. Like, I don't want to deal with your wedding problems. I'm not going to help you with anything. And like, oh, well, let's get Jane to do all of it.
Yeah.
And she does it for no money.
Yeah.
Also, where are the wedding planners?
But isn't she into it too? Because like that whole pre-story at the beginning of the movie is like like after her mom passed away, her dad was a mess. Like, I don't know how to deal with two girls. And then he's like, well, I'll take care of everything, Dad. It's like, oh, look at that. And it's like, I fell in love with weddings then. It's like, look at this bullshit.
She's a full-on diagnosed as something.
Yeah.
Like
compulsive something. Like she's just okay.
I don't know, but she always needs to take care of people, and will always take care of your wedding, and that's strange.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of work, and you're not getting paid. But they're usually wedding planners who are getting paid, and I saw the wedding planner.
Yeah.
And she did like all the stuff that Katherine Heigl's doing in this movie. Oh, you need me to pick up your wedding dress because something hemmed? Well, thank God we're the exact same size. No one's the size of Katherine Heigl. She's, again, like I said, she's tall, uncommonly tall for a woman.
Right.
So have someone the same size. And then, you know what, Dennis? You know what? I saw the wedding she went to. She was not the same size as that woman.
No, she wasn't.
Oh, hell no, not the same size as that woman. I thought I was watching a different wedding.
Yeah.
Turns out I wasn't. But to bring back your Judy Greer thing, the next day when they went to work, Judy Greer was wearing the shirt of the man she totally got banged by the night before.
Yep.
She stole that man's shirt from his rented tux. You can't just do that.
Well, she did it.
Although maybe, I don't know, maybe
she's got trophies now. She's like one of those people who's like, I got trophies.
Ha ha ha, trophies.
She marks it on the walls like this was whatever.
But I also love how she took like part of the dress and then tied it around her to make it like an outfit. She really just is like, this is what you got banged out in last night, and you're just gonna wear the shirt. By the way, no, I'm sorry, it wasn't last night. That was 2 days, because she said she was with a guy for 2. They had nothing but unadulterated sex for 2 days.
Right.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
She didn't go home at any point in that time to get a change of clothes or her toothbrush. God knows what her breath's like, because God knows what they did for 2 days. If you do nothing but bang for 2 days, you're gonna experiment and do weird things.
Yeah, and you have to think about, like, she's at this dude's place, right? Or he's at her place. One of those motherfuckers don't have a toothbrush.
She's clearly at his place, or she would have changed, and he'd go to.
Yeah,
he would have gone to his work in her dress.
Right.
That's how that works, right?
Yeah, right.
So, but yeah, so
Steve, why are you in this chick's dress out?
I don't know. I'm just here, man. And then we start the stalkerish behavior of one Cyclops. I don't remember his name in the movie.
It was either Kevin, because he went by Kevin, which wasn't
his
real
his
name.
name
Was Malcolm.
His name is Kevin. He goes by Malcolm something.
Right. It was one of those.
Yeah, I was like, Malcolm McDonald? No. Yeah, so his name is Kevin. He went by, whatever, Cyclops.
Yeah,
Cyclops starts his stalkerish behavior because the night before, or 2 nights before, or whatever,
she left her planner.
And this is past the point where you should still have a planner. She has her.
They bring that up.
They bring that up as a part. It's past the end of the plot of this movie, but it's still there. It's like, I'm adorable. Please date me. But he doesn't give it back to her. Knows where she lives. Does not show up and say, here's your planner.
He's doing reconnaissance.
No, he straight up flips through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Every day, finds out what she's doing, crafts a way to have a front page story of the section in which he works, which is all about weddings and stuff. So you know he wants to drive a nail gun through his temple. Not the nail, by the way, the whole gun.
Wow. That's a lot to get through.
Yeah, it's worse than anything they did in The Wire.
Yeah.
But he just wants out, so he's like, oh, I gotta craft a scheme. This woman's has got weddings for the next month straight, every weekend. None of them are hers. All right, I'm gonna tell by this woman goes to wedding after wedding after wedding, trying to fill some hole that's in herself. Because she's also another one of these movies, much like The Wedding Planner, where it's a woman who is, and taking my own personal feelings out of it, objectively pretty. And not garbage.
Right.
Single. Hopelessly single.
Yeah, well, that's because she's waiting for that douche guy. He's not a douchebag. Her boss.
Sorry. He just looks like a douchebag.
Yeah.
Because it's Ed Burns.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, I have this infatuation with you since like the first day I started, and never ever decided, you know what? Let's just try to. Granted, it's my boss.
Yeah, you can't really do that.
But just even be like, hey, you want to go get coffee, or you want to go get a drink, or whatever.
Yeah. So that happened. Like, he's just like going through all her stuff, and then he sends her flowers at her work. No card, apparently.
Yeah.
Don't just cause. Well, we can't have a card because we need to have a weird thing that happens later where she thinks it's something else, but it's really just a dry cleaning ticket. Because she doesn't really process that the same way. Where she's like, oh, because her boss says, oh, I left something on your desk, you know. I didn't know how you feel about that because we never had our relationship really be that way. And she thinks, oh, he's the one who gave me the flowers.
Yeah.
And not, oh, he's the one who left a dry cleaning ticket on my desk for me to pick up his stuff.
Right.
What she forgets the process is, those flowers were never on your desk. They dropped them off in front of you, something else.
Right.
So he didn't leave them on your desk because some dude showed up. Not from edible arrangements, like he should have been. Give people a snack to show you love them. Not a plug. But, like, to just go through someone's planner. I feel like it's a scumbag thing to do.
Yeah.
A little bit. In that,
no, it was, because he totally plastered his name all over the place.
No, to just go through it.
Oh, yeah.
Just to go through it. A little bit of a dick thing to do, because you don't need it for anything. You technically know where she lives. You can literally just go back and give it to her at any point. But you don't, you flip through it. Now, that being said, I am also a dick enough to probably do that in real life myself.
Yeah.
But what I won't do is, like, rip a week out of it and then, like, write my name all over it like some psychopath. Scrawled in big black letters. Just throw your name everywhere. That's weird. And kind of creepy.
Yeah, it is.
But
he's Cyclops.
Yeah, but anyway, so the misunderstanding happens with the flowers. She's like, oh my God, he actually does love me. He gave me 18 pounds of flowers that I can do nothing with because I'm at work. Like, why would you, whatever. So they're at this party for Goth Jane or whatever her name is. I don't know what her name is.
Yeah.
So then they have, and because she's getting married, because everyone's getting married in this movie. Everyone's getting married. She's at this thing. It's like, oh, boss is here. You know, the flowers clearly came from him. That's what it must be.
So she assumes that because she wants that.
Her sister came to town because she was off from Milan or whatever.
I guess she's a model, right?
Yeah.
Guess what you assume.
I guess.
Yeah.
But
they don't really tell you.
They're not specifically clear, although I think that's what they say. I think they say it at some point.
Oh.
Look, it's Malin Ackerman. She just showed up. And then, of course, the moment she's like, I'm going to go tell him how much I feel I'm in love with him and blah, blah, blah. But so it turns out my sister's also here. And they caught each other from across the room.
Right, and they're walking towards each other.
They're walking in slow motion, like one of those movies where people do that. And that, by the way, never happens.
Yeah, because that's weird.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things that literally only happens in movies, because if it happened in real life, they'd put you in a very specific place with very thick pads on their walls.
Yeah.
I just walked over here because you caught my eye and I was pulled like gravity over this. I felt the exact same thing, and then they just they just stare at each other, and the music drops out, everyone else goes away, and then they have
where'd they go? I don't know.
I don't care. It's just you and me here, baby. And then they tongue on the dance floor, and then everyone else is still there looking at like, why is he trying to put a finger someplace? What's happening? You're in real life here. But apparently it's Kismet, and those two fell for each other instantly, right in front of Katherine Heigl's face. Yeah. Just,
my dreams.
She saw her whole life
just screaming, no,
slip out of it. And look, this is where I'd like to bring up one thing that I don't understand in this entire thing so far. How the hell is Ed Burns the object of all these women's affection?
I don't know.
I came up with an analogy for him, but now I don't remember what it is. Yeah. But it basically just says he's real boring. Like, not like horrible. He's not like, oh, you're like weird looking or anything like that. He's just, you sit there and just go like, you just kind of exist. Oh, you know what I compared it to?
Ed Burns used to be big back in the day.
Yeah, that's when he used to direct and write his own movies and then star in them. And it turns out...
That's nice to make yourself like, I'll star in it.
And then it turns out that nobody wanted to see those movies.
Yeah.
So that stopped happening. I remember my analogy now.
What?
He's like the blank face emoji. You know, the one that's not really happy, not really sad, just kind of exists. He's that. Because if you send it to somebody, you're like, that's fine that you did it, but I don't know why you're here.
What are you trying to express here? I don't really like.
What is this and why is it here? And you're like, I don't even know, but it is. Yeah, that's Ed Burns in a nutshell. He's the movie version of the blank faced emoji.
Huh.
It's really anyway. But both these women are like, oh my God, I love him, and her sister starts like pumping her for information, trying to like, whoa, what is he like? What is he into? And by the way, Katherine Heigl just decides to give Malin Ackerman all of this information.
Says, here you go, I want to be a good sister, yay.
Nah, it's really because she's totally into him, so she's asking about him, so she's going to say all the things she likes about him. And like, oh wait, you're going to use this against me. Even though technically she didn't say that she actually feels for him or anything, but it's fine.
Right. Could have shot that down really quick. Like, no, I don't feel comfortable. Why? I got feelings for him. Then why didn't you go for him? Because he's my boss.
Because he's my boss.
Oh.
He's my GD boss, and once you cross that line, you have to quit.
Yeah.
Delicious water in a crumply bottle. But yeah, so then she like, okay, so they start going out, the sister and Ed Burns with the boring face. They start going out, and they're like, it's like one of those weird octopuses in the octopi. How do you pluralize octopus?
It's octopi.
Yeah. In 10,000 Leagues, where it just kind of just takes over the Nautilus or the sub. Yeah. And just worms its way in through everything. You're like, okay. You're like everywhere. So like, oh yeah, I'm going to this kid's baseball game because he's my little brother. You know, in the state-sponsored Big Brother.
Yeah, the
program.
YMCA bullshit.
Yeah. And he's Hispanic.
Yeah.
And then he's like,
by the way, that scene where she gets him to fucking clean the house or apartment.
Yeah, that's also racist.
Like, wow. Okay.
It's child labor laws.
Yeah.
But the fact when she meets him, she just does that thing that by the way,
Pedro. It's like, oh,
no. It's like she gets real. Hi, like he speaks English. He's from America.
He's not deaf. He's not deaf. Like really.
He understands. Yeah. He understands. By the way, right before that, when he sees Katherine Heigl, Pedro, whatever his name is, she goes in for the hug, and he goes, "You're not too old for hugs, are you?" He's like, "Nah," and he hugs. It's like, no, he's getting to that age where hugs are like real nice.
Yeah.
But he's also getting to that age where you're getting too tall for hugs to be absolutely great, I guess. Yeah. Like for like breast men, because like you get older. It's like, oh, I'm all into the boobies, and then it's like, well, yeah, I want to hug you, but it's like you're not at like face height anymore.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
But like I don't know, like it's like, oh, Katherine Heigl's throwing out hugs. Yeah, I guess you take that hug. Why not? Get in there real good, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Anyway. But, the sister starts perpetrating all these lies. Like, I don't understand what her thinking is.
No, she's like, oh, I like this guy.
No, I think her literally, her entire plan stopped at getting the pedingus.
Oh, she's like, yeah, I got the dick.
She's like, I don't. All she wanted was the pedingus. Because once you get it, then you have to, like, not eat meat. And you have to, like, I love being outdoors.
I
love
pets.
Dogs.
Yeah.
I love all of these things.
I love giving to the poor.
You hate all of these things. Every single one of these things. Once you get the D, or the puddy, what's your plan?
She didn't have a plan.
Exactly.
Shit.
But she kept going long enough to, like, get proposed to. What the F?
Yeah.
This woman is a straight up snake. I hate this woman. She's horrible. You don't think she's horrible? Okay.
She's horrible, but she's an idiot.
Yes. Okay. All right, I see what happened. The part at the end where she's like, "No, my life's really bad too." You were like, "All right, I forgive you."
No, I didn't forgive her at all.
Okay. But real talk, because we're gonna be men right now.
Okay.
Horrible garbage men.
Okay, you might just get.
We're gonna be men at work.
Pull the Band-Aid off real
quick. We're gonna be the Sheen brothers hard at work. We're just gonna be men at work.
Wow. I fucking reference to an 80s movie that only certain people saw.
And no one should. Keith David's in that movie.
Yeah, he is. He's their boss, I think.
I don't know what he had an airsoft rifle.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, Katherine Heigl, Malin Ackerman.
Which one?
Yes, you're allowed as many answers as you want, but you have to give at least one.
Both? I don't know.
I
really don't know. Like, what are we judging this on? Looks?
Anything you want.
Fuck. Okay. Based on the character, I guess we'll go through like Heigl, but based on I don't know. I'm gonna come out like an asshole no matter what.
Yeah, you are. So here's mine. Look. I know I am straight D-bag for this, but Malin Ackerman does nothing for me. I never really found her attractive.
I was gonna say that, but
I know.
A lot of people are like into her. I was like, her jaw kind of.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah, her jaw kind of throws me off. I'm like, but she gets him out, and people are like, oh my god. I'm like, I don't care. You got to deal with that jaw, man.
Yeah.
You got to deal with the jaw.
Her eyes are really blue, and her hair is really blonde when her hair is blonde.
She's a Nazi too.
Wasn't gonna say it.
I was.
So clearly it's like, I don't know, this weird thing. Like in my head, look, I sometimes, she didn't. I sometimes have a problem with like weird associations with human beings.
Yeah.
We're not gonna go into it, but for some reason it's not. Look, okay. First off, God. Okay, so to me, she just looks like a weird doll. Like her, like the way I see her. I just see her piercing blue eyes, and then like a really heavy jaw. Like she's got a big face.
Like a weird nutcracker?
Nah, just exaggerations of what she is.
Yeah.
So much so that if I want to describe it in the worst way possible, And we're going to go straight back to the 80s, I think, possibly early 90s. Hey, Dennis, remember the movie Tango and Cash? There's the Sylvester Stallone. Who was the dude? Who's the other dude? Was it Kurt? It wasn't Kurt Russell.
Kind of. I think I know what movie you're talking about. I kind of remember that movie.
Yeah, because he was like Stallone was the straight-laced one. It's Tango and Cash.
Yes, it was. Was it Kurt Russell?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was Kurt Russell.
Anyway, it's immaterial because there's a dude when they went to prison. There's a dude.
What a very strong
He's
jaw.
a very, like, the term strong jaw is a bit of an understatement. Like, to the point where if I said he's got a strong jaw and somebody else were like, oh, is that the guy with the strong... Like, I don't, like, there's a guy with, like a flaring out of a jaw, so it looks like a cartoon character. Yeah. That guy doesn't have a strong jaw. Is that the guy you were talking about?
Like
yeah,
Quagmire.
No, that's not a strong jaw. That's literally Quagmire.
Quagmire, yeah.
Except for he's like bigger.
Yeah.
In the body, but like somehow, seemingly the same lower jaw.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I think. Yeah. Am I garbage?
Like when she played, was it Silk Spectre?
Yeah, it's Carl.
Yeah, the second one. It was just like, okay, and it's just like, oh, she got him out. And then I was like, okay, I don't care that she's willing to get naked.
Okay, first off, that was a very strange sex scene to begin with.
Yes.
Because I don't like sex scenes that are played to Hallelujah in slow motion.
Yeah, and then when they came, it was like, oh, the fire.
Like, yeah, I know, yeah. I got that in the comic book.
Yeah.
I got it. I didn't need to actually see it. Thank God they didn't have that sex scene at the end of the book.
Yeah.
Watchmen. Anyway, so my answer is, in real life, looks-wise, you go Heigl.
Right.
Because she's pretty... Even in this movie, I'm going Heigl.
Right.
Sorry. It's not a booby thing or anything. It's purely just face.
Yeah.
Personality-wise, in real life, I mean, Malin Ackerman seems to show up in all these like comedies. She seems like a fun person. She shows up over and over again, so you think, well, they must like her. She's even in the first season of what was that show we just watched?
Burning Love.
Burning Love. She's in the first season of Burning Love with all these other comedic people. So, like, you know what? I mean, she seems like, as a person, she is more fun.
Right.
Just period. You know, there's no footage of her with a compact disc held up to her ear so she can listen to music. That happened in Roswell because they're aliens. Oh. So for some reason, much like Independence Day, it was the 90s. Was that the 90s?
Independence Day?
No, Roswell. The first season of Roswell. Was that like 99?
Yeah, because Buffy was still on WB.
Anyway,
yeah.
But yeah, so that, like, she just seems... So, but anyway, my point was, in the 90s, all computer technology was compatible with aliens. So a compact disc you hold up to your ear, you can hear all the music because you need a red dot laser to hear that, and apparently you can just have that in your ear when you're a GD alien.
Yeah, that's how that works, Joe. Did you know?
Yeah, well, she's also like
lasers out of the ears.
Yeah, it's just anyway.
Yeah.
Because I'm just saying I'm a garbage human being, and that's who I pick.
Okay.
And if you're paying attention, I picked both things. For different reasons.
Yeah.
They change. And by things, I mean people, because, again, I'm a garbage person, and I said that.
Garbage person.
So about halfway through, after, the sister makes the play for the Padingus and totally gets it.
Yeah.
Like, repeatedly. And her older sister is in love with a man...
Screaming.
Is in love with a man who is straight up banging her baby sister.
Yeah.
Who she helped raise.
Yeah.
And then at some point, I realized, if this was a movie starring men... this would end in a murder.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take the man that I don't know that you love, but also I'm gonna get married before you, and I'm gonna do it in mom's dress. And then because it's mom's dress and that's the great thing to have it, I'm gonna cut it up into pieces and put like just a little bit of it here and a little bit of it here. So I'm gonna just destroy our mother's dress that she got married in.
Yeah.
Because it's a little old-fashioned. And then, I think because of that, murder.
This murder.
Like, it would have ended in a back alley. They'd just be shivving each other. Like, Katherine Heigl would have got one in the kidneys and then like, twisted the knife so it doesn't close. And then just walked away as Mount Ackerman, like, holds up on the side of a dumpster as she slowly bleeds out and then collapses and dies and then gets eaten by a whole bunch of cats.
Because that's how that happens.
I don't
They
know.
just wait for bodies. The cat people just wait.
I mean, I don't know what cats do. When they're homeless.
They wait for fights to happen, and then they know someone's going down, and then they eat.
In the back
the
alley,
loser,
they just hang out. They hang out in
They
Murder
wait.
Alley.
Yeah, they wait.
That's why there's so many cats in Murder Alley.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, I was gonna make a Ghostbusters reference to that new movie, but you didn't see it yet, and
No.
I don't know who anybody on here did, and it doesn't really matter. Look, they hang out in the alley several times. An alley that, by the way, people could just die in because what they're doing there is completely unsafe. So unsafe.
What's the proton packs?
And other things, yeah.
This is practice in the alley. Okay.
Yeah. So this movie, at some point, because it's a rom-com, gotta have a montage. Gonna be a montage. Gotta have a montage.
Yeah, show progression over time.
Montage. So we montage. They have several montages, but the one that you have to have in a GD bona fide chick flick is a trying clothes on montage, and they do it with her 27 dresses because Cyclops is hard pressed to get up in this woman's psyche because now he's been hired by the
his company.
No, by her sister.
Oh yeah, right. To do the
to do the wedding.
Right.
To write about
That's
the
when
wedding.
They figure out at the bakery you go by what?
Yeah,
Welcome. What?
You said your name was Kevin.
What?
You lied to me. It's like, well, I do this and that and the other
Yeah,
thing,
well,
so I just want to keep my personal life personal, so I can go to this
And then
wedding.
the sister's like, oh my gosh, she's in love with you. Blah 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 blah. Blah. You're writing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
how about you stop?
And they have it out again about how he hates weddings and she's an old romantic.
The corporate wedding.
Do you think at some point these two are going to get together?
Yeah, of course. No,
No. Just I don't see how it's. But my favorite of all these 27 dresses was the Southern Belle one. I feel like we should have seen the entire wedding.
Yeah.
Because I feel like at some point I just wanted to see the waitstaff.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a full blown Paula Deen moment.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, oh yeah, we just got little black boys to come bring us pigs in a blanket while we hold our little sun umbrellas up. Talk about their and they'll be in the South, so they won't say Negroes.
Yeah.
They won't necessarily drop the N-word, but they'll do that thing, that like racist white people do when they say Negro and they like add an I in there where it's not supposed to be because it's clearly an E, and it's like the Nigra. That's not how that word's said. You made that offensive.
Yeah.
You made that word that's supposed to be please respect us into something that we don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, dark times.
Oh man. And then of course, Cyclops again. Now he's full blown stalking her, all up in her business, showing up in places.
He's winning too. He's winning.
Dude, have you ever been this much of a dick to a woman and just have her slowly start to fall for you?
Winning. Yeah. Like Charlie.
Tiger blood, man. How?
Charlie Sheen is just winning.
How does James Marsden Cyclops do it? Do you think it's the dreamy eyes?
Could be.
It might be they're so dreamy.
Yeah.
It's so dreamy.
It took lessons. It's got lessons from Sheen.
Oh, you can't learn dreamy.
Okay.
You just bat your eyes and it's like all those really
dreamy is it's a genetic trait.
Yeah, it's women who want to bang you for the way you look. That's what dreamy is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so every time you're like, oh, Justin Bieber, he's so dreamy. Remember when they said that when he was like 12 singing?
Yeah, that's
weird. Yeah, it was real weird. Yep. Well, like back when, before Tom Cruise got his teeth fixed. Remember that?
Yeah, it's so endearing.
You got that weird snaggle tooth and the big, like, still got that baby fat face. And people was like, I want to hang up posters of him in jean jackets, in jeans. It's like a real Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah.
I just want to see him from a tiger beat that I pulled out at the center, and just like unfurled it and hanging up on my wall.
Is that man ever gonna stop? Is he's meaning not another John Reacher? I'm like Jack Reacher. I'm like, fuck you. Like that first one was alright.
At some point he'll die.
Yeah, I don't want him to die. I just want him to stop.
No, that's what's gonna take.
Yeah, I know. He's like, I'm gonna keep on going.
He's gonna keep
You're
making.
Gonna love me. It's like, ooh, what is that?
He's gonna keep hanging off of buildings in Mission Impossible movies, or
and then
just strapped to the side of planes.
Someone's gonna slip some lotion on. He's like,
and then someone's gonna forget to buckle into one strap, and he's gonna fly off the back of the plane, and then he'll die. That's not even me like wishing this. It's just like he's in his 50s, and he refuses. He's like, you know what, guys, strap me to the side of the plane.
No.
I'm like, yeah, you could do this with CG. You could do pretty convincing CG.
I wouldn't be able to do it because I need to prove something. It's like, yeah, what?
To who?
To yourself.
To Xenu? He doesn't care.
Yeah.
Doesn't care about you.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, what happened next?
Oh, where she starts falling in love with him. They go to the bar.
Oh, the bar.
Where they sing, oh God, what's his name? Fuck. Rocket Man. Oh.
Billy Joel?
Yeah. What?
No, sorry, Elton John.
No, Elton John. And she's just singing her fucking heart out.
Yeah, so they also get Betty and the Jets. They also get really drunk.
Yeah.
First, they get so drunk, and okay, so this is like this is a hole in the wall bar, some random town, because they got into a car accident.
Yeah.
So they're stuck there. They're just drinking. Dude, if you just got so drunk that you started belting out Benny and the Jets as loud as you can in a bar that like it's like Cheers where everyone knows everyone.
Yeah.
They're gonna look at you, and then you start getting up on top of the bar.
I think they would tell her to shut the fuck up.
They're like, get out of here.
Yeah, they would be like, get out.
Leave.
You know that old cantankerous fuck who would just pull out a knife like, get out!
The one behind the bar, the one who's one of the patrons?
The one who's always there, who falls asleep at the bar because he's too drunk to get off the stool.
Okay. I love how you know all like the one who he's always there. We were like there for one.
But you know, there's always one.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like we're there for like a several-hour period.
He's an old boat captain that like didn't go down with the boat, so he's got to just live out his days drinking.
Look, all I'm saying is, this is a bar. This is a bar. I just feel like they get up there, they like, get out of here, and then what I wrote was, as a quote, that this, I believe, one of the patrons would yell at them. 100%. This is what they'd yell.
What?
Especially maybe that old dude. There are people in this establishment, you gotta get out of here. There are people in this establishment trying to procure prostitutes.
Wow.
This is a place of business. Get out. You are causing too much of a ruckus.
I think that language is too sophisticated for this man.
You know, you say that, but if you remember things like the Old West, old-timey, they would say things where you're like, did anybody use that as common vernacular? No. You're like, not.
If you believe it was
really.
A Deadwood, all they did was curse. Like, literally, every word was fuck this and dick this and suck my this, and this is like, Jesus.
Yes. Cocksucker is a favorite word.
Yeah. Cocksucker. It's like, they just like, oh, this cocksucker came. I was like, Jesus. Like, you don't even know this man.
It's like, that's a little forward for someone you've literally never met.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just feel like that's what a small town. They go there, they pick up the local prostitute, there's only one, you take her home for a night, you give her like $10, and then you go on about your day. She's got to pay rent too, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like they're just sitting up there playing Coyote Ugly, dancing on top of the bar, and like, guys, you're really drunk, you need to get out of here. And then they eventually leave. They go back to the car, and then just have, Dennis.
Yes.
Describe to me the kind of sex they had in the car.
Drunken fucking, I don't know how he got it up sex, because they were so drunk that he would have had whiskey dick and he would have been it's like, you're not even in, you're something.
I'm just saying, like, okay, so he's at least as tall as her.
Yeah. And it's a small car.
It's an old Volvo.
It's a compact, yeah.
I think it may have been 4-door.
Oh.
But back then, I don't know if they had a lot of 2-door Volvos that they sold in America at least. But old Volvos are really narrow. But they're a little high. I don't know. The point is,
there wasn't a lot
no one in this section is under 5'9".
Yeah.
And they're going to bang in a car. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works. I would have kind of almost paid to see it, maybe because it's two pretty people banging, maybe because the logistics of it is really interesting. Because it was still raining, so do you think they had like the windows down? They had like the legs out the window.
You didn't want to get too hot.
Yeah, because I feel like I don't know what time it is. Maybe because it's summer and I watch in the hot room without any air conditioning, and I feel like, when you don't live. When you live without air conditioning and you see people and it's like winter in the movies, you get angry. It's hard to you get
fuck you.
You get 100% uncomfortable because you just feel hotter, and then you're like angry at them because they have the pleasure of being cold.
You're bitching about it being cold. Fuck you.
They don't have to say anything.
Yeah.
They just literally have to be in a place where wearing a coat is something you can do. Like, I got mad at watching like IGN's E3 coverage because they had like Brian Altano and he's in San Diego in a jacket and with the leaves like just rolled up, and he's fine. He's outside and he's fine. Well, I'm sitting here in shorts and a t-shirt, roll the sleeves up on the t-shirt. Taking my socks off because it gets too hot, sitting directly in front of a fan, and the humidity means I'm still sweating, and I want to punch this man in the damn face.
Fucking hate you. Like, what did I do to you? Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
You're comfortable.
You didn't do anything, and I feel really bad about it because I enjoy you as a person. So anyway, bang out some real gross sex. Not Judy Greer gross sex, 'cause that was like 2 days of straight banging.
Yeah.
But like some weird, uncomfortable, I hope the seats are black and don't show any weird stains sex.
Yeah.
And then they go to get breakfast.
And that's when shit starts.
That's when it all comes crumbling down.
He had it in his hands. He had it in his fucking hands.
I don't know what he had in his hands.
Her.
Oh, okay.
In his
well,
hands.
Yeah, like at night when they were banging.
Yeah.
I'm sure she had him in her hands too.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of hands.
But metaphorically,
a lot of hand stuff.
He had her in hands.
Yeah.
But then, his company that he works for released a fucking.
I mean, it's a newspaper. You don't have to say it's like his company. Like
like the newspaper released an article that he supposedly wrote, which he did.
He definitely wrote it.
Yeah, but then he not finishing it.
He said it's not finished because he was trying to buy time because he ends up kind of falling for the girl, and then he doesn't really want to do it, but he already sold his editor on it, so she just took it and read it.
So make a long story short, it comes out, she finds out, she's horrified by it, it's like, oh, I'm never gonna be a bride,
and hates his guts.
I fucking hate you.
Which, by the way, I mean, she should have known something was up when he shows up at her apartment. She tries on literally 27 dresses. And he takes pictures of all of them.
That willingly.
I don't know. It's like, look, after dress 3, you guys are either banging or not. Like, there's no...
No, I'm really interested. Keep on going.
No, just keep going.
No, you have to do the last one.
Here's dress 10. Try dress 10.
No, we're not done yet.
No, you gotta do all of them.
All of them? Okay, but okay.
Yeah, no, it's real weird. Real weird. So, and that's when the, like, right after this, she had her heart broken, and she already had, like, and now she comes back to town, and goes to her sister's dress fitting, and that's when the whole thing, oh yeah, mom's dress that you wanted to get married in, well, I know dad gave it to me because I got married first, I'm going to get married first, and I took the scissors to it, but you can have the pieces left over. Oh, man.
Yeah.
So at that moment, I am so on Katherine Heigl's side that it's not even funny. I'm like rooting for the next thing to happen harder and worse than it actually happened.
You're talking about the slideshow, right?
I'm talking about the slideshow show that happened next.
Yeah, because first off, totally exposed that they have nothing in common.
But like more importantly, Molly Ackerman's dumb.
Oh yeah, she is.
She's real dumb because
she's a chick that gets banged out. Literally, that's all she does. She goes to other countries and gets banged out.
Yes, by like model-looking dudes because she's a model.
Yes. So she's not going to be super intelligent. Like,
I guess she would be the model because of her big head, right? Like skinny body, big head. That's like the thing.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know how you put clothes on if your head's too big. Doesn't matter.
Stretch out the neck hole.
It's like yes, it's like kids.
It's like giving birth. It's like your shirt's always giving birth.
It's like little kids.
Yeah.
Because little kids, they have like tiny bodies
Yeah.
and like tiny necks, but like big heads, like big alien-like heads. So they,
Fucking Roswell Gray's
yeah, so they always had like big neck holes to get their
Yeah.
big bulbous heads through.
Yeah.
I don't know how. They're like MTV animated shows in the '90s, man.
Beavis and Butthead. With the
I was gonna
alien
go
in the
with.
head.
I was gonna go with the one with the head.
What is that?
Uh,
Is it called the head?
It might have been called the head.
Yeah.
You know, the one where his head splits open and a freak comes out.
Yeah, the fucking alien comes out or whatever comes out.
Yeah, that was a real weird move. A real weird show and dumb.
And
real
there's
dumb.
Max. This running around with like middle fingers.
Oh, the Max was whole. It was. Oh, he was. It was terrible. Anyway, so like, this woman just told you off, like, in the worst way possible, and basically vows to take you down. Like, because you ruined this section of her life. You taken the man she wanted. You took the dress she wanted. You ruined the dress she wanted. You make her do all the work for your wedding. And then it's like, oh, can you also read this word for word? Because I don't trust you to go off script. And then we're going to get the slideshow. Also, can you take care of the pictures from the slideshow? You're going to get his, and you can pick mine.
Yeah.
And then you piss her off, and he walks out, and you still let her do the slideshow. You deserve everything that happens to you.
Yeah.
Because this person was pissed off, and you let it happen.
She gets it, so it's like, whatever.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I felt zero sympathy for Malin Ackerman.
No, I didn't either.
Maybe we're both terrible. I don't know.
Yeah. You can't be a bleeding heart to idiots. Sorry.
Can't you? Isn't that the people you're mostly the bleeding hearts to? Because
Yes.
they're just too dumb to live. Again.
Like, here, in nature, rather than get off this, but just let's go on.
Okay. All right. Let's get through this because we're basically near the end.
Okay.
So yeah, that scene, everything goes horribly wrong.
Alright.
She tells the whole thing and immediately feels bad. I don't know if I'd immediately feel bad. You know what? I know I wouldn't feel bad. Not really.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
It eventually set in, but it's like, you guys really aren't good for each other. And if you are good for each other, it's good that you know this, because I know that she likes meat, because she just housed a sack of ribs on her own.
Yeah.
She ripped them off to the bone.
It was a necessary thing that she had to do. Granted, it came from a place of selfishness, like, say, fuck you.
Yes.
But still, it was, it was needed.
Yes. But yeah, she tore apart their engagement. Everyone's real upset. And for some reason, by the way, Cyclops is lurking in the background. He's like, oh, I felt real bad about the thing that I did, and I just want you to understand, blah, 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 whatever. And then he gives her the planner. Like, take it, forgive me, love me, please. Then he bounces out, and you're like, first off, if I were her, I'd be like, did you bug this? But, because...
yeah.
Because he's just a stalker.
Just going through it like...
But, yeah, and then of course, then we get to, like, the whole ending where, they do this stereotypical, strategic, clearly, we're going... Actually, what I wrote was... I think I wrote this. Oh, snap. They did the reverse love run. I call it a love run now. They do the love run. So basically, like, Katherine Heigl walks up to work, kind of pissed off and annoyed at her life, really, at this point. Right. And her boss is like, I always have you, kind of thing. I need to get a date for whatever thing. And I knew I could because you'll never say no because you're clearly just a doormat. And clearly, even though I see you every day and look at you, I don't know why I'm not trying to bang you. And then she walks in, like that moment at the end where she walks in a dress, in like a tight black dress, and he goes, oh. Like, yeah. She's been working for you for years. Since she was like 24 years old.
Yeah.
Somehow she never made it to your spank bank. That's some straight up BS.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
Shows up one day.
How, like, fucking retarded are you?
Exactly.
Like, you're shows just like, oh, whatever, I don't see her that. I was like, okay, sure, right.
Yeah. Shows up one day in a tight black dress, because she's never worn anything form-fitting before, except for, like, most of this movie.
And the one chick who would, like, fucking ride or die for you. Like, she would be like...
she's always got your back.
Anything for you, like, yeah, I got your back, no matter what you need. What you need? And they hand her midday? Okay, let's go. It's like, she would be, just have your back.
Wow. Wow.
Because she just wants to be, and she just loves you as a person.
Yes. So then and then she ends up saying that she had a crush on him ever since she worked there, and then of course he takes this because he's like, you know what? I saw her in this dress. I'm at half staff already. She says I had a crush on you. I'm gonna walk up and put my mouth on your mouth. And then she goes, nothing.
I don't feel anything.
I don't feel anything. Didn't move the needle. My panties, I'm good for the rest of the night. Nothing happened.
Dry like the Sahara. What?
Kissed again? Nope. I noticed Katherine Heigl had an errant hair that was just sticking up for some reason. Like costumes didn't, or hair people, they didn't stop this at all. Just tamp that down, spray a little water on it or something. Anyway, that's just me. That's just the thing that I noticed. I don't know why. And then, of course, off to the love run. She's got to find Cyclops. And, Cyclops being Cyclops, got to go find him. First, she quits her job, though. She's like, I'm out of here. I quit. And I thought, you live, in New York, I guess.
You're going to need that money.
And you got rent to pay.
Need that money.
I've seen your apartment. And while the sister said, oh, this is such a cute, small apartment, that thing is enormous.
From New York City, hell yeah.
That's a Friends apartment from the TV show Friends. Granted, it's more the Joey Chandler apartment than the Rachel, Monica and Phoebe.
Yeah.
Why do we know any of their names?
Carly watches it. That's why I know.
Oh, I just kind of remember it from. I've seen episodes of it over the year. Well, back when it was on, because it was
when it was on proper.
Yeah, NBC had when they had Must See TV and it was actually Must See TV.
Yeah.
And they had all that stuff on there. You just roll through some of those, and I was like, I don't really like Seinfeld, but sometimes Kramer's funny.
Yeah.
And then there's Friends, and then you sit there and you go there are no black people in New York. That's weird. How they're no Puerto Ricans.
The last season where you get Keisha Tyler in her.
Yeah, it's anyway. Aisha, by the way.
Is it Aisha?
Aisha Tyler, yes.
Who the hell is Keisha Tyler?
I don't know who Keisha anyone is.
Huh. Okay.
Anyway, but then she does a love run. She has to hop onto a boat in heels, which is impressive, and then immediately falls down because women aren't allowed to be funny unless they fall. Women are only funny when they fall down. Women are not funny until they fall down. That is the entire rule of comedy with women. They're only funny when they fall down. This is also the entire rule of comedy in everything Aaron Sorkin writes. People just fall down. Pratfalls is the way to go. Mm. Remember Newsroom? Remember the Newsroom? Yeah. Remember Newsroom, the first episode of Newsroom where Jim just falls down because he just fell on some luggage for no good reason? Why? He's an adult. He's a man who's been walking for 28 years.
Yeah.
It's why is he falling down? Because it's funny. Aaron. Aaron. Chill with that. It's not funny.
I can't remember any of the fucking names.
Except for Aaron?
Yeah.
God, I love Key and Peele.
What was it? Principal O Hennessy? Shay O Hennessy?
No, it's O'Shaughnessy. It's Oshak Hennessy.
Yeah, Oshak Hennessy.
God. I love... Oh, God. Yeah, I can't remember.
Aaron. No, don't stop playing with me. Don't play with me. You can't play with me.
I forget the black guy's name.
Oh, yeah.
But he says it right, and he's present.
It's I gotta leave in at 2 to take my daughter to whatever. I was like, okay.
Oh, God. Anyway, so that was that movie.
Yeah.
See, I found it okay.
Yeah, at the end, I was like, it was just okay. But at the beginning, I was like, oh my God, we're hitting all these marks. It's oh.
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
Cliche.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You gotta view it like that. You just hit these marks. It's that's coming. And then this is coming. And then you say, oh my God, the always friend Judy Greer is in this movie, always playing the friend. How is she always a friend in these movies? And it was not her. It's Kristen Ritter.
Yeah.
Because God knows nobody would bang those women in real life except for, I don't know, at least one of them's married with kids.
I guess. Yeah.
Judy Greer, I know, she's married, and I think she has at least a kid. That's why she did Planet of the Apes, because her husband loves Planet of the Apes. So she was, God, what's her name? Cornelia.
Oh.
The wife.
Yeah.
She mocapped the wife. So, anyway. But yeah, It's just that's the fun thing about them. It's just like, oh, this is what we're doing. Oh, you know they got to end this where one of them has to run after the other one because some mistake that happened. We now have to profess our love before the end of the movie, and maybe we'll have a flash forward to the future where they get married on a beach. By the way, did you know beach weddings horrible?
Yeah.
Don't ever do them. You can't walk onto the beach unless you're one of those people. Don't have a real wedding on a beach with like chairs and an archway and like a carpet,
shoes and all
no,
that.
and shoes. No, you want to do a beach wedding? Show up maybe some like white pants. Woman wears like a white like dress skirt thing,
or
just barefoot on the beach. I mean, depending. If you're in the Caribbean, barefoot on the beach, maybe. If you're in New Jersey, put some shoes on. Maybe those weird webbed one that like just your whole foot, because you don't really, because there's stuff on there.
Yeah,
there's some stuff on the beach.
Yeah, this beach
anyway,
is so clean.
But yeah, so I think it's completely fine. I mean, that whole thing about the sister being a garbage person until she shows up at the end and says, "I'm real sorry. You don't understand. I make my life look simple and easy, but really my life is garbage too. I didn't just leave whatever. He dumped me, probably because the prominence of my jaw." She may or may not have said that.
She didn't say that, but okay.
And I got fired from being a model, maybe because I hit 28. And now I am ugly and useless. And I had
But they still, throw it in because, they still throw it in. It's like, okay. Jesus.
I'm still remarkably attractive to some.
So whispers to some.
I'm sorry. I don't find her attractive.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. I get the same with the jaw. I was like, Jesus, that's a strong jaw.
I just don't. But while again in this movie, I was like, Katherine Heigl's not so bad.
Yeah.
It's not so bad.
And then you meet her in real life, and she's like being a bitch.
I don't know if that's entirely true, but I mean, I've only heard rumblings.
A bunch of people from different.
I've only heard rumblings that she's very demanding. That's all I've heard.
Yeah.
And I heard part of it is also her mother's also very demanding because her mother was like her manager. That's what I've heard. But whatever. Anyway, that was that movie.
Yeah.
Man. I looked for anything interesting that happened, like trivia-wise. Not a lot. Nothing really. Nothing really interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here before I blow out my voice.
Yeah, it was a movie, sir. It was a movie.
It was in fact a movie. If you want to talk about that movie with me, mostly, because someone's got to check the emails, right?
Yeah, someone does.
And I'll pass those messages, possibly on to Dennis if you have them.
Because Tim's a fucking dick.
Tim is an entire real, actual human being.
Yeah, he is a dick.
He also has one of those because he's an actual, real person.
He's something about balls, too. I think he has balls.
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he's anatomically correct in all those aspects.
He's a real boy.
He's an entire real person that I did not make up. Tim is a real man.
He is a real man. Somewhere.
Anyway, emails at unopotatomedia@gmail.com. That's probably right.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. Right?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Just do something. I keep threatening to put these on.
Threatening?
Yeah, like with a gun to my own head.
Put those motherfuckers out. All right, I'm sorry.
No, sorry, wrong head. The head of my penis.
Oh, Jesus. That's a real threat, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
End my life, motherfucker.
Anyway, I keep threatening to somehow upload these. Not somehow, you just upload them to YouTube. So if that ever happens, you can just leave comments on YouTube.
What is this?
This is dumb. I hate this. You are both gay and love women too much, but you're
and
also
I think
pathetic.
you're black, so you're both N-words. It's like,
yeah.
Oh, sir.
Full-on N-words, which we can't say. We can't actually spell that out because Google will take it down. So we just use Q's, but you get what we mean. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.